Hi, I'm gonna need an explanation why you guys are dressed so nice.
No. Yeah.
That's me getting brutally rejected. For the last 27 days, I have been.
So that was kind of brutal because you could see the girls were like borderline laughing at him, like enjoying rejecting him, getting off on the fact that they rejected him, which is one of the, it's one of the harshest things that can happen. And if you approach girls, it is going to happen sometimes. But in this case, his approach kind of deserved that reaction. That reaction was useful feedback. And so in this video, we're going to look at infield, at real life hidden camera footage of, I believe, the most popular YouTuber who actually shows himself approaching women, which automatically makes him better than all those channels that, what is that one guy, Alpha M, or Teaching Men's Fashion, who just try to sell you on a watch and yet they've never approached a girl in their life. So you have to give him some props for that. And the fact that he's willing to show his rejections is also great, but you're going to learn a lot of very simple mistakes that are very easy to fix and easy to avoid by watching Benjamin, I believe it's Benjamin Sada's infield. So let's check it out.
Been on a mission to successfully approach a new girl every single day for the entire month of January. And if I don't complete 30 successful approaches by January 31st, I have to give away $10,000 to a random stranger on the street. We've had lots of great success over the last couple weeks, but we've also had many great failures. This video is to highlight that and show you the fact that no matter who you are, you will have to deal with rejection, and how you deal with it and what you do afterwards is what truly decides what kind of man you are. My goal with this challenge is to inspire you with the confidence to go out and meet the women that you encounter in your day-to-day life and make approaching great again. Welcome to day 27 of the revolution. Hi, I'm gonna need an explanation why you guys are dressed so nice.
No. Yeah.
All right, so there are two effective ways to approach girls who are walking, and he did neither. One is to get in front of them and go for the hard stop. And that's what he kind of did. He went for the stop, but he did it when they're already next to him. So they already have a momentum, and it's much more natural to keep going and to ignore him, especially because they're in a group. Like, does one girl out of the four want to stop the whole group from going wherever they're going? It's awkward to do that. And so it's much easier to just say, blow this guy off and kind of get off on blowing him off than it is to stop in that case. So if you're going to go for the hard stop, which with a large group like this isn't usually ideal, but if you're going to go for the hard stop, you want to get like 10, 15 feet in front of the group and give them the opportunity to notice you exist and give them the opportunity to actually slow down and stop rather than having to make an instant decision, because that's asking for a lot of compliance. It's asking for the girls to be like, okay, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing immediately for this random guy who's just right there to my side. So that's not how you want to do a hard stop. And then the other way, which in a large group is generally better because it doesn't it doesn't create an awkward situation where the one girl you're talking to has to like stop and split off from her friends, is to walk with, which would have made a lot more sense, but he's not trying that either. So there's two ways he could have approached that would have been effective, and he didn't do either of them. Secondly, his opener is pretty weak, pretty generic. Let me see that again. I think he said something about them being dressed nice.
Hi, I'm gonna need an explanation why you guys are dressed so nice.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a kind of weird opener that has several problems with it. One is that it's kind of aggressive. It's asking for a lot in a kind of aggressive way, right? Like, I need to know why you guys are dressed so nice. It's a very weird tone to start the interaction with, where they're like, well, he's kind of coming at me with a bit of a negative energy, so why do I want to engage with that, right? So that's the first problem. The second is commenting on how they're dressed nicely. It's just a very generic thing that they hear 1,000 times and doesn't really stand out. It's okay, but if you're going to pull something off like that, you have to really commit to the approach and not do a half-assed stop from the side. It's kind of half-assed. It's a little bit judgmental, and it's also asking for a long answer. Like, oh, well, the reason we're dressed so nice, it's asking for a lot right off the bat. And basically, you want to be aware of how much compliance are you asking for. And if you ask for too much too soon, it's going to be much more natural to just keep walking and ignore you.
Excuse me.
So he's not committed, right? He's going for the stop, but he doesn't stop himself, right? People are going to pick up on these cues, right? If a girl, for example, she's on her headphones, you do this, and then she'll naturally 9 times out of 10 take out her headphones. So he keeps walking, yet expects her to stop for some reason. It's such a basic, simple thing, but that automatically led to a rejection. There's a good chance that she would have stopped, that she would have been open to the approach if he actually committed. So if you want the girl to stop, you have to stop yourself. And if you're going to walk with them, you have to actually walk with them. He's doing neither. He's doing this weird in between hybrid approach that just doesn't really make sense, and it's not very effective.
Hi. Excuse me. Hi. I thought you were cute. I wanted to come meet you.
I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend.
It's all good. It's okay.
So that was by far his best approach so far. He actually committed. He made his intentions clear. That opener is a little bit generic, but there's nothing wrong with it. At least it's bold, and that can actually get you pretty far. So that approach, honestly, it was fine. There was nothing really bad about it, but those other rejections likely could have all been avoided by just a small, like making a couple small adjustments.
What is the occasion?
Girls' night.
6 well-dressed ladies is quite a lot.
Girls' not girls, just being a girl.
GNO, I like it. Excuse me.
All right. It didn't seem like they even rejected him, but the vibe that he's coming across is that he's like trying to get into their party, right? Like he's trying to get value from them. Like they're the cool kids and he's trying to be a part of the cool kids. And you want, if anything, to have the opposite vibe when you approach girls. So it's just, you can tell by his body language, by his vocal tonality, by the things he's saying that he's trying to like work his way into the group and doesn't see himself as high enough value. So if you really pay attention, it's almost like he's rejecting himself by the way that he's approaching.
Hi. I thought you were cute. I wanted to come say hi. Excuse me. Hi. I thought you looked really nice. I like your outfit. What's your name?
Okay, so that one, she might have kept walking no matter what, but she was smiling, she was giving positive attention, and he just didn't fully commit. That's going to kind of be the theme of this video. But it's a good one because it's one of the most common things I see when I do boot camps with guys who are not very experienced at approaching women. The number one mistake is just not committing enough, is basically going in so soft that it's very likely the girl's not really going to get hooked. She's not going to stop for you. She's not going to be fully engaged. And then you don't have to deal with the ego hit of getting a real rejection because your approach, it was kind of weak. And you can tell yourself, oh, she approached my weak little approach, or she rejected my weak little approach. It wasn't me, right? So you're not taking the real man's blowout. You're not putting your ego on the line, but sadly, that's going to lead to a lot more rejections. When you actually put yourself out there, yes, some women will reject you, but it feels better because you actually went for it, right? It feels better when you actually went for it and you still got rejected than to half-ass it and know you were kind of putting on a mask. So that's a really important thing that most guys do. And one of the best things for someone who's new to cold approach is to work on committing more and actually getting rejected, actually trying to move things forward, as opposed to half-assing it and rejecting yourself. I think that if he walked towards her a little bit and just committed a little more, there's a very good chance she would have stopped and he would have got the interaction going and might have got her number. But he just kind of half-stepped and she felt the hesitation and then she hesitated and kept going.
Excuse me. Hi. I saw you. I wanted to come meet you. I thought you were cute. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm really not.
So the initial approach was a lot better, his tonality, but you can tell he sounds kind of robotic, right? Like he's reading from a script, which is not ideal. Just the way he says, and I thought you were cute. You don't feel he means it, right? There's no emotion behind it. It doesn't seem genuine. And that incongruence is going to make the girl feel like something's not quite right. And a lot of times they're just going to naturally want to reject you when you do that.
Excuse me. Hi, I saw you. I thought you were cute. I wanted to come say hi. Excuse me. Hi, I saw you. I thought you were cute. I wanted to say hi. What's your name? I wanted to come say hi. Excuse me. Hi, I saw you. I thought you were cute. I wanted to say hi.
Same thing. And when I talk about how on a boot camp, one small change can make a huge difference in your results, this is an example of that because this is such an obvious mistake. It's a beginner mistake. It's something that's pretty easy to fix. As soon as he knows, if he watches this video, he probably won't like it. But if he watches this video, he'll say, oh shit, I need to I need to actually stop these girls and get in front of them rather than half stopping from the side in a non-committed way. As soon as you're aware of that and you know how to fix it, the better way to do it, his results will change dramatically. So when I say one small change can make a huge difference in your results, that's what I'm talking about.
What's your name? Benjamin, nice to meet you. What are you up to?
Shopping around.
What are you shopping for?
I don't know, not for the cold weather.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was colder today than usual, but
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Excuse me. Hi, I saw you.
Yeah, he said nothing vaguely interesting there. And this is a guy who's, I believe, the most popular pickup YouTuber, right? In terms of someone who's actually posted infield. He's got over 1 million subscribers. And these approaches have, there's some things that are good about them. I don't want to say it's terrible. It's better than the average guy on the street, but it's not as much better as you would want it to be for someone who's selling, multi-$1,000 mentorships. There's some very easy to fix beginner mistakes that are repeating. And his verbal game, what we've seen so far, is very basic and is not very interesting. He's not showing creativity. He's not showing wittiness. He's starting to talk about the weather, how it's colder. That's when she's like, okay, this is boring. This is not going anywhere. I'm not intrigued. When he starts talking about the weather, like a 40-year-old with no life, whose job is going downhill, has a sexless marriage, and is at the bar. Weather's nice today, huh? That's what I think of. It's something a very boring person would start talking about. Now, his vocal tonality is pretty good. It's not awful, but there's a lot of very basic mistakes in these approaches.
I wanted to meet you. I love your dress.
Oh, thank you so much.
What's your name?
I have a boyfriend, but
Nice to meet you.
you.
Excuse me. Hi.
How are you?
What's your name? Benjamin, nice to meet you. You look like you had a very productive shopping day.
Yeah, I had.
What are you up to?
Right now, nothing. I'm waiting to get picked up.
Yeah? You look stressed.
So right off the bat, he's saying that you look stressed. And this is something that I learned from doing it. But early on in an interaction, if you put a negative frame on someone that they're not going to want to agree with, it's going to break rapport. It's going to kill the rapport. And they're probably going to reject you shortly afterward. So saying you look stressed, you look like you're having a bad day, any of those kinds of things, it's going to make her feel judged, and she's not going to want to agree with that. And even if she does, there's not much to gain from that, right? It's not taking the interaction in a positive direction. So generally, that's something you want to avoid.
No, I'm not.
You sure?
Fine.
Cool. Okay.
Meet you.
Nice meeting you.
And exactly like I said.
Excuse me. Hi.
Half stop from the side. Again.
You wouldn't know where the zinc is, do you?
See, it is down there.
I didn't see it. Because I saw quercetin, which you would take with zinc, but I didn't see it.
There is definitely zinc down here.
Oh, I see it at the bottom, yeah. Excuse me. Hi. I like your outfit.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Sorry.
Excuse me. Hi. You guys are super cute. I had to say hi. What are you guys up to? No worries. Have a good day. I'm sorry. It's super random. I saw you and I thought you were cute. What's your name? Nice to meet you. What are you doing here? What are you shopping for?
I live here. Sell this free bag of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like your glasses, by the way. You look like you're kind of incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite, yeah. Cool. Well, I'll let you go. I'm kind of in a rush, but it'd be cool to get your Instagram.
Say it again?
I'm kind of in a rush. I'll let you go, but it'd be cool to get your Instagram. Maybe we can hang out sometime. Oh, no worries. Take it as a...
So, I mean, 30-second approaches like this, where you just pretty much go right for the number as a beginner, is not a bad idea. It's a lot better than nothing. And sometimes, you'll be her type, or maybe she's just really horny when she met you, or just broke up, just found out she got cheated on, and now she wants to sleep with the next guy that talks to her. Or maybe, your vibe was just really good, whatever. Sometimes, like, some of the hottest girls I've hooked up with did turn out to be from 30-second interactions. So sometimes it can work, but his approaches, they lack much personality. They lack conviction. They lack masculine energy. They lack sexual energy. Now, he's not super timid. He's not super nervous. Like, he has some level of confidence, definitely better than the average guy, but it's nothing that special. And he's not really doing anything to make an impression on these girls. And most importantly, the way he's stopping girls is just super half-assed, and most of them blow him off immediately because of that. But basically, his approaches are okay. But when you approach a girl, your goal is to make her keep running that interaction through in her mind after it happened, right? To have her keep playing it back like a song that gets stuck in your head, right? To create a strong enough impression that she keeps thinking about it. And if she keeps thinking about it, then when you text her and you ask her out, then it's going to be very natural for her to want to see you again. And there's a million different ways that you can make that happen. Some of it is just about your nonverbal communication, eye contact, body language, vocal tonality, but it's also about what you say. And these interactions were just so surface level. They were so basic. They were no better verbally than brand new clients that I take on a boot camp, right? They were the same as the average boot camp client verbally. Now, non-verbally, he's better than average, but it's not enough. It's not that great. And I know this sounds harsh, but I mean, you can watch the infield on my channel and you'll see the difference, right? You'll see it's a night and day difference. I like that he's showing a rejection compilation. There's a lot of value in that, showing that it's not a big deal to get rejected, that everyone gets rejected, because that's true, right? No matter how good you are, you're going to get rejected, and it's going to happen a lot. But the people who have the most success are also the people who've gone through the most rejection. But this guy's supposed to be a coach, and everything I'm seeing here is beginner level. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see some infield that is a lot better than what you saw today, that not only shows short approaches with some very basic interactions, but actually shows entire pulls all the way from opening the girl to taking her home, and showing, making out with her, showing dealing with her friends, and like how to actually separate her from the friends and take her home, and shows what good verbal game actually looks like, then click the link below to get access to my online course, God Mode, which has over 5 hours of infield footage and is 50% off through Cyber Monday.